Yeah, everyone. In last class, okay, let me share my screen quickly. Yes. In last class, what we had discussion, we have automated one manual test case, right? Same thing today we'll do, and then after that, I will show you how we need to do some decoration to the test cases, how the test case will looks like in real time. I'll show you how the test case will looks like in real time. We have automated one manual test case, but that's not enough. See, this is the test case, right? We have opened the browser, and after opening the browser, we are clicking on the login button. After clicking on the login button, we are verifying the submit button. This is one test case, but we need to do some decoration here that I will show you. Again, I will explain you one manual test case. Then I will take you through the how we can add some decoration, how it looks like in real time. I will add some masala. Okay. So today we'll going through that. Okay. Let me take a one manual test case. We'll take one application. See, this is the This is the one application. We'll write one a manual test case for this application. Okay. Let me quickly write one manual test case and then we'll automate that manual test case. Yeah. Yeah. Verify test case title. We'll write a test case title. Verify stop button is displayed after clicking on start button. Okay. This is test case title. Now we'll step. What is the step one? Open the browser. Open the Chrome browser. What is the step two? Open the application URL. What is step 3? What we need to do after opening the application URL, you need to click on the start button. So click on start button. Okay, step 4. After clicking on the start button, we need to verify stop button. See, when I click on the start button, then only stop button is coming, right? I need to verify this. Verify stop button is displayed. Yeah, this is the manual test case. If I ask you to execute manually, you are able to execute. What you will do? First, you will open the Chrome browser. Let me do manual execution first. We'll mention application URL also. Here only. Open application URL means you will keep it here. Okay. Somebody is joining. Let me. Yeah. Okay. See, see, this is the manual test case, guys. If I ask you to execute manual test case, what you will do? First, you will read the test case title. Verify the stop is displayed after clicking on the start button. Now you will execute the steps. Open the Chrome browser. Let me open the Chrome browser. Now I am executing this manual test case. Okay. What is the first step? Open the Chrome browser. I'll open the Chrome browser. Okay. I have opened the Chrome browser manually. Now if I wanted to open the application URL, second step is application URL. What I will do? I will copy the URL from the manual test case and I'll open the Chrome browser. Application URL means website URL, guys. Okay. Now I open the application URL. What is the third step? Click on start button. Okay, let me click on the start button. Going to application. Again, I'm going to application. I'm clicking on the Where is the start button? Here. You can see STRT, start button. You click on the start button. Now what he is telling in the test case? After clicking on the start button, he is telling that verify stop button is displayed. Now you go and check it in the application. You can see stop button. Now you are done with the manual test case. Successfully, test case is passed, right? What is the status, final status? What is the final status? Passed, right? Now we have successfully done the one manual test case. For the same test case, if you want to do automation, how we will do it? You know already, I have explained you, but few of them might be missing some points. That's why I'm explaining you again. Okay guys, now I will show you how to do automation. Now you go to our project PyCharm, you go to PyCharm and you can see Python project, right? You have a right click and go to new and then Python file, first one. Again I'm showing you guys, you need to open the PyCharm. After opening the PyCharm, you will see some name, Python project, some project name, whatever you have given. Right click on this, go to new and select Python file. Here mention something like first test case. First test case, okay. After creating the file, you need to import some Selenium imports. From Selenium, import WebDriver. From Selenium, import whatever I have done now. You forgot about this. This, when you are working on the automation project, by default it will automatically there. You know, mostly you people are going to work on existing project only. So I don't want you to remember all these 2 points. You can just copy paste it from any other file wherever it is available. Okay. Now we'll automate one manual test case. Whatever test case we have executed manually, same test case will automate, guys. See, first thing is open the Chrome browser. If you want to open the Chrome browser manually, you are able to open, right? How you are opening? You are in a system, you are going to search Chrome browser and you are opening. Okay, but how you will open through automation? You need to write one command. Okay, that command is driver is equal to webdriver dot chrome. Whenever you write this line, driver is equal to webdriver dot chrome, it will open the Chrome browser. Yeah, let me write the same thing in the PyCharm. Driver is equal to webdriver dot chrome. Okay, it will open the Chrome browser. After opening the Chrome browser, what is the second step? Open the application. If you want to open the application, this application, what you will do manually, you copy this URL and you will go to website and you will search this URL in the search bar. It will open, right? Same thing you want to do through automation. How you will do? Again, you need to write a one command. That command is, first I am writing in the notepad, driver dot get. Okay, driver dot get. Inside this get method, you need to put the URL. Same thing I will do in the now in PyCharm. See, first step is you have opened the Chrome browser. Now you are doing driver dot get. Put that URL. Okay. Second step is done. What is the next step? Third step. Click on the start button. See, here it is a little tricky. If you want to click on the start button through manual, you are able to see that you are able to click on that. But if you want to do through automation, you have to take a locator of the particular wherever you want to click, whatever you want to verify. For example, see, here you are entering the name, right? For example, Manually you are entering the name. If you want to enter the name through automation, you have to identify the locator of the particular element. Then only you are able to enter the name. So what is the locators? We have a different kinds of locators in Selenium. I'm writing here like ID, name, XPath, class, tag name, link text, parcel link text, parcel link text, and CSS selector. These are the locators we have in Selenium. Okay, you need to use one of the locator and you have to click on the particular button. So mostly we use in real time, mostly used locators, either ID or XPath. Okay, ID is unique, right? For example, in a company, there are 10 employees. Some of them have a same name. So now if you want to call out an employee, based on their ID, you will call out, right? Mostly. ID is unique. So for example, there are outside companies are there, right? Infosys, Tech Mahindra, Accenture. Our employees ID are never ever going to be same. There might be names are same, but ID is unique, right? That's the reason in automation also, since ID is unique, we mostly prefer ID. If ID is not available, you can go for the XPath. You no need to learn all these locators, guys. If you are want to learn, you can learn, but no need to learn all the locators. Okay, you can learn ID XPath. Okay, based on the ID and XPath, you can click on the particular button. Now you need to click on the start button, right? Through automation. What you need to do now, you need to take ID of the start button. What you have to do, mostly take use XPath, you don't need to use ID. Okay. If you want to take a XPath of this start button, you right click on this, go to selector sub, SCL selector sub, right? You copy relate to XPath. Now after copying that, you come to here, driver dot, you need to use one method, find element. Then you are using XPath, right? by dot XPath. Then whatever you copied from the application, whatever you're copying from you are clicking on the start button, going to selector sub and copy relative XPath, right? You put it here. Okay. Now we want to click on the start button, right? Use one method dot click. You see, you can see dot click. This is how you can click on the start button. Now you want to you want to verify after clicking on the start button. What is the next step manually? Click on start button, right? After clicking the start button, you need to verify the stop button. Okay. How we can verify the stop button? Again, you need to take a locator. What I told you, whenever you are using locator, try to use XPath only. Now you need to write a XPath for the stop button. You have a right click on the stop button and go to selector sub. Third one, copy relative XPath. Copy. Again mention here driver dot find element. This method we keep on using every time. By dot XPath. You can see automatically suggestion is coming. Now comma double quotation. You put a double quotation. Inside the double quotation, you have to put your XPath, whatever you copied. Now see, in above start button, you want to click on that in line number 12. You can see line number 12. Why you are using click? You want to click on the button, right? Through manually also you are doing same thing. You can see click on start button. That's the reason you have identified the locator XPath and then you are using click method. But for stop button, you don't want to click manually. See what you are doing for stop button. You are just verifying that whether it is displayed or not. So something is there or not, you want to verify, right? Is displayed or not. For that, what you have to do, you have to use one method. Is displayed. Okay. Now your test case is done. Successfully you have automated. Now once you are done with your job, you have to close the browser, right? Whenever your See, why we need to close browser now? I'm telling you, if you want to close your browser, you can use the driver.close or driver.quit. Okay, why you need to close the browser? See, whenever you, for example, you want to watch a movies, you open Chrome browser and you will watch movies, right? Before you are turning off your laptop, powering off the your laptop, what you will do? What you will do usually? You will close the browser. You will close browser and you will power off your laptop, right? Same thing here also. Once you are done your test case, you need to close the browser. Manually, if you want to close the browser, how will you close it? You will simply what you will do? You will close the browser, right? Like this. Like this, you will close the browser. Through automation, you want to close the browser, you need to use a command driver.close or driver.quit, guys. Anything is fine. You can use anything. No issues. Okay. Okay. Now you're done with our test case. Now we'll run the test case. If you want to run a test case, you click somewhere and have a right click and go to run first test case. Now we'll see. Automation is very fast, guys. See, it's done. Process finished with exit code 0 means there are no errors. Test case is executed successfully. You use one weights, guys. Whenever you are doing automation, you have to use some weights. Sometimes what will happen now, when you are opening the application, it will take some time to load it completely. So whenever you feel it will take some time to load it completely, you put some wait time after that. Time dot sleep, for example, 7 seconds. If you want to put 7 seconds, you want to wait 7 seconds, you have to put 7. Import time here. You don't need to bother about this, guys. What I am doing here, this imports, right? You don't need to bother it. Learn this code. First, you try to learn this code. Why I am putting here wait time here? See, whenever you are opening the Chrome browser manually, after opening the Chrome browser, you will open some website, right? Sometimes have you ever observed it will take some time to load it? So that's the reason. Immediately you don't want to click on the start button. That's the reason I'm telling wait 7 seconds. After that, click on the start button. Okay, after clicking start button also, sometimes stop button will not display immediately. It will take fraction of seconds. I mean, it may take 1 second to display. I'll put 2 seconds. And now it's working fine, guys. It's displaying immediately. But in real time, elements will load sometime. That's the reason we are using waits. What is the purpose of the waits is waiting for the particular element to load completely. Then only you want to perform actions. Okay. This is the manual test case. This is the automation test case. We have written successfully, guys. See, we have automated one manual test case, right? See, this is not a way we'll do automation. Once you've done this, you need to do some decoration to this test case. Before that, in one thing you need to learn, guys. Some might be know Python, some might be don't know Python, right? You have to learn two things here. See, we are writing automation. We are writing automation test cases by using Selenium, right? By using Selenium with Python. And also we are using one framework, guys. Framework. The framework name is Pytest. Okay. So here we are using writing automation test cases by using Selenium with Python. Whatever code we have written, this is Selenium with Python. This is the Selenium code only. This is the code only Python. Okay, but along with the Selenium and Python, we need to use one framework. That framework, when we are working with Python, we need to use Pytest. Mostly we prefer Pytest. Okay, if somebody is asking you which framework are you using, means you have to tell Pytest. Which programming language are you using? If someone is asking you, you have to say Python. Okay, which automation library you are using for automation, you have to say Selenium. Okay, now see, whenever you have done the manual test case, I mean, you have automated the manual test case, but here you need to do some changes, guys. What we are now, before that, you need to learn one thing in Python. What is method? What is method? If you want to declare a method, you have to use a keyword def, def, and a method name. For example, Bhavita, Bhavita. Okay, you have to close the brackets and put like this. Whenever you want to declare a method in Python, you have to use a keyword def. Okay. After putting the def, you have to declare the method name. What is the method name here, Bhavita? I will declare one more method. Def Suresh. Okay. Again, I will declare one more method. Def add. Okay. Here I have declared three methods, guys. One method is Bhavita, another method is Suresh, another method is add. Like this, you need to declare a method in Python. Whenever you are declaring a method, you need to use def, and then method name. Method name, anything you can give. For example, method name def test, first test case. Anything you can give method name. Okay. So you have written one manual test automation test case right here. Opening the browser. Ideally, you should not write like this. You write this automation test case in one method, inside one method. We declare one method, def first test case. We'll mention as a first test case. Okay. And put a quotation and paste the code here. Okay, this is how we need to write it. We need to declare a method and you mention first test case or as any meaningful test case. What is the purpose of this test case? Stop button, right? You can mention method name as a verify stop button. Stop button. The main purpose of the test case verifying the stop button only, right? Title verify stop button is displayed or not. That's the reason whenever you are writing the method name, you have to write it meaningfully. I mean, what is the purpose of the test case? What is the purpose of this test case? Verifying the stop button. That's the reason I simply mentioned verify stop button. Okay. Now you run this test case. Yeah. See guys, whenever you are using see now I'm trying to run this test case, but it's not running. See, process finish with exit code 0, but it is not opening in the Chrome browser. You can see. Okay. In Python, whenever you are declaring the method, you should start with the test verify stop button. Okay. Test verify stop button. The method name should start with test verify stop button. It should start with the test. After that, you can put whatever you want. You can put as a first test case, or you can put it as a Bhavita. You can put it as a Suresh. No problem. Anything you can put it. But make sure that whenever you are declaring a method name, it should be relevant to the test case name, test case title. Test case title, what is the test case title here? Verify stop button. Verify stop is displayed. So that's the reason you mention as a test verify stop button. That is the better way. You can give any name, but whenever you are giving a name, it should be meaningful, right? That's the reason test. But you need to ensure it should method name should start with the test. Okay. Once you are done, if you try to run it, See, still test case is not running. Again I'm running it. Yeah, I'm doing right click and running it. It's still not running, right? See why it is not running, because now here you can see you mentioned the file name, right? First test case. Here also file name also should start with test. I started the file name as a first. Here what I need to do, I can have a right click, I can refactor it, rename it. It should always start with whenever you create a new file, you need to start with the test first. Test case. Okay. Okay. Now you try to run it. It's still not running, guys. Still it's not running. Why is not running now? See, I told you, right? We are using Pytest framework. You know how to install Selenium. How you will install? You will open terminal. You will open terminal and you will run on command pip install Selenium. Since you are using Selenium, you are running this command. You are also using Pytest, right? You have to run this command also. Pip install Pytest. Okay, we will run this command in terminal. Pip install Pytest. Go to terminal and third bottom. You click on this terminal. Okay, now run this command. Pip install Pytest. And then wait for some time. It is installing. You just need to run the command, guys. Okay, now you run your test. You will run. See now it is recognized. See, earlier arrow button is not came. Earlier arrow button has not come, right? Now you are able to see the arrow button. Have a right click on this arrow button. Run the test case. Run. It will run now. See. See, it's opening the browser. It will click on the start button. It will click on the start button. You will see. See, it click on the start button and it close. Now you see the earlier you're not able to see test results. In terminal, I'm dragging up here. You can see test results. One test passed. See, one test passed. Earlier, you're not able to see that. This is how you need to write a test case in real time, guys. First, you need to declare one method. Whenever you're starting a method in Python, you should use keyword def and then method name. Method name should start with test. At the same time, whenever you're creating a file, Python file, it should start with the test. Otherwise, it won't work. Somebody wants to join. Okay, this is how you write a test case in real time, guys. Okay, this is how we can automate it completely. Guys, whenever you are automating any test case in real time, there are some folders, guys. See, in real time, what will happen? We have some folder structure. For example, you are going to join in any company. When you are opening your automation code, you are able to see some folder names. POM, test cases, test data, utilities, reports. These folders you are able to see. Sometimes they will in some projects you will see as a pages. Instead of POM, you are able to see pages. This is the folder structure we have. This we call it as a folders, guys. Remember, whenever you are opening any project, for example, you are going to join in a one of the Infosys company. For example, you are going to join in Infosys. For example, you are going to join Infosys, right? When you open, you are a tester. You are a tester. You do both manual and automation testing. Automation testing. Okay. Now you installed PyCharm. Okay. and you install Pytest and you install Selenium. You know all this. We had already discussion right earlier. So we have installed successfully. When you open the project, you are able to see this folder structure, guys. You are able to see this folder structure. POM, test cases, test data, utilities, reports. In interview also they will ask you, explain me the your automation framework. In interview also they will ask you, explain your automation framework. Whenever they ask you our automation framework, you have to say that we are writing automation test case by using Selenium with Python with Pytest framework. With Pytest framework, where we have a different folders like POM, test cases, test data, utilities, and reports. Like this, you need to mention. Okay, we'll do same setup in here only. You can see you click on Python project. You go to Python package. We are creating POM. How it looks like in real time, I'm showing you. Test cases. New Python package. You have to go to Python package. You have to create a folders. Test data. New Python. Utilities. Utilities. And reports. New reports. Final one is reports. Okay. See this is the folder structure looks like this. Whenever you go to any company, you open a project. Most of the times it looks like this: POM, reports, test cases, test data, utilities. Okay, we have a different folders right in our automation. But whenever you are writing test cases, now don't write outside. See, now I created one file. I have written the test case, right? But actually, you should not write it here. We'll delete from here. We'll delete it from here. See, I'm deleting it. Okay, delete. I'll delete this also. Let's listen this step carefully. Last step, please listen carefully. Your folder structure looks like this. Okay. If you want to automate one manual test case, if you want to automate, we have automated this manual test case, right? So whenever you want to write a test case through automation, you go to test cases. You go to test cases, go to test cases, right click here, go to new Python file. Whenever you create a Python file, it should start with test something. Okay. And then copy your code here. See, you always write your test case in test cases folder only. You should not write outside. Earlier, what we have done, we click on this new file, we click on Python file, and you put it as a first test case something. Okay, you write your code here. But don't do that. In real time, we should not do like that. What we have to do, you have a different folder structure. Okay. In these folders, you always write a test cases in test cases folder. You can see test first. I have written right. For example, tomorrow you want to write another test case. Either you can write below this test case, below this test case. Okay, test case to something, or you can create one more file. Click on test cases 2 and click on new Python file. Second test case, man, start with test. File name should start with test, and then, for example, second. Write your test case here. Okay, like this you have to write it. Okay, guys. Okay, see, this is how in real time they will do test cases. This folder structure are very important, guys. If without preparing this folder structure, if you are attending the interview, it's a waste of time. Without asking this question, no one will leave you interview. No one will leave. Interviewer will always ask the question, explain me your automation framework. Whenever interviewer asks you the explain the automation framework, you have to tell, yeah, hi, I am doing automation test cases by using Selenium with Python with the Pytest framework, where we have a different folders. I'm writing here where we have different folders. Okay, like page object model, POM. POM. POM means page object model. Like POM, test cases, test data, utilities, and reports. We have a different folders. Sometimes we can call it as a packages also, guys. No, it's either you can say interviewer, we have a different folders, or we have a different packages like POM, test cases, test data, utilities, and reports. Again, you need to explain each and every folder. Today we had a discussion on test cases, right? In test cases folder, we write a test cases, right? We write a test cases, right? In test cases folder, we write a test cases. We'll discuss tomorrow about what we will do in POM, what we will do in reports, what we will do in test data, what we will do in utilities. Okay, remember this folder structure is very important. We have a different folder structure. The main in test cases we need to write a test cases. Okay, let me delete this test second. We don't want right now. Just I want to show you example. That's why I created. Remember guys, this code just check it. Okay. Folder structure, you don't forget it. Folder structure is very important. I'm giving a screenshot for you all. Okay. In chat I will post. Let me stop recording.